joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Today we're going to talk about the next fruit of the Spirit. It's called goodness. Now, today is a little different because I need your help. I have some letters here from my friends all over the world, and they want to know whether each of these things show the fruit of the Spirit, goodness or not. So when I read each of these letters, you tell me if they're good things or bad things to do. Okay. Warren Bolasuski from Iceland writes, the other day I was ice fishing and my friend Charlie slipped on the ice and got his mittens all wet. I helped him up and ran back home to get an extra pair of mittens for him. Was this a good or bad thing to do? What do you think, kids? That's right, it was good. So you did the right thing, Warren. Great job. Next one, Nellie Know-It-All from London, England wrote this in an email to me the other day. Dear Robbie, my sister Beatrice caught a bit of a cold on the day we were supposed to go to my favorite restaurant for dinner. We had to stay home because she was sick. I screamed at my mom and dad and said it's not fair. Then I ran up the stairs to my room and slammed the door. Did I show goodness to my family? Well, kids, how about it? Doesn't sound like Nellie was showing any goodness at all, running off mad and slamming doors like that, does it? Okay, so far so good. Here's one from Frank Zuperduper in Oberndorf, Germany. He writes, Dear Robbie, I need your advice about my brother. He and I was in the candy store one day looking at yummy chocolate candy. And when nobody was looking, Hans, that's my brother's name, stuck some of the candy in his pocket. When we left the store, he laughed because he got away with it. I felt horrible. I don't think this was an example of goodness, do you? Oh boy, looks like that wasn't showing any goodness either, does it? No, not at all. Frank, not only was that wrong, but if the store people caught him doing that, they could have called the police on him. He could have went to jail even. Not only that, but just because you think you get away with something, there's always someone watching your every move, and that's God. So, no, that was not showing goodness. You might want to talk to your brother about that so he doesn't get himself in a bunch of trouble. All right, we've got time for a couple more. This one is from Kim Sung in Tokyo, Japan. She writes, Robbie, yesterday some people were picking on this one girl because they didn't like the clothes she was wearing. They had her so upset she was crying. I went over there and told them to stop. They stopped and walked away, and I stayed with her until she stopped crying, and then I walked her to class. Do you think what I did demonstrated goodness? Yes, finally somebody who gets it. Yes, Kim, you were absolutely showing goodness. It's never a good idea to pick on other kids just because they wear the clothes that are different or because they don't even look like you or even if they don't believe in the same things as you do. God loves each and everybody exactly as they are, and we should too. Awesome job, Kim. Wow, I sure am learning a lot about what is goodness and what is not. It sounds like goodness has to do with helping others and showing love to them. Okay, let's look at this last letter from Hector Deflector in El Paso, Texas. He says, Robbie, I got a problem as big as Texas. I was doing my math test the other day, and since I didn't know the answer to a couple of questions, I copied what the real smart girl next to me had. Nobody noticed, but I felt awful. What do I do? Well, kids, do you think what Hector did was good or bad? It was pretty bad, wasn't it? You know what it's called when we do something bad that God doesn't want us to do? It's called sin. And you know what we can do about sin? We can ask God for forgiveness through his only son, Jesus. So Hector, you should confess your sin to Jesus and ask to be forgiven. You should also keep your eyes on your own test from now on and maybe find somebody to help you study for the next test. My buddy Duke helps me all the time. He totally rocks at math. That would be the right thing to do. Well, that's all for today, kids. If my friend Duke was here, he'd say something like, I'm going to try and show some goodness towards everybody I know. And if I make a few mistakes, I'll ask Jesus to forgive me. And I'd say, that's the Spirit, Duke. And he'd say, nope, that's the fruit of the Spirit.
joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control.